Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going straight to the chess vault. We have a game from 1974 between Viktor Korchnoi and Anatoly Karpov. It was a game of the Candidates Tournament's finals. So these two actually played a lot of games. This was their 21st game. And in this game, Anatoly Karpov made a big blunder in the opening, which allowed Korchnoi to create an astonishing attack. And as you can see, a lot of mistakes can happen, even if you are one of the best players. Of course, this was their 21st games. This is how tournaments were played back in the days. And the winner of this tournament should competed with Bobby Fischer on the next year. But this was practically a world match because Bobby Fischer resigned his title the next year. So really an interesting game that finished in only 19 moves. So without further ado, you will enjoy it and let's go straight into it. So Viktor Korchnoi opened the game with d4. We have knight to f6, knight to f3, and we have e6 for black. White continues with g3, and after b6 we can see that this will be a Queen's Indian game. Both players want to fianchetto their bishops. Game continued with bishop g2 for Korchnoi, and bishop b7 played for Anatoly Karpov. White now strikes in the center with c4, and black continues his development with bishop e7, and his main idea is to castle. We have knight to c3 for Viktor Korchnoi. His idea is to control this e4 square. We have castle for black, and right now queen c2 is played for Viktor Korchnoi with the idea to control this e4 square as well. c5 is played on the board right now because black wants to attack this pawn. You cannot take it, of course. If black takes this pawn, this knight is pinned because this bishop is hanging, so already a threat on the board. And right now Viktor Korchnoi decided to play really bravely, and he played d5 in this position, which is a good move. We have a trade, e takes on d5, and right now temporarily sacrificing his pawn, Viktor Korchnoi plays a knight to g5. The main idea of this move is of course to aim at this pawn here later in the game, but first threat is to pick up this pawn, of course, because this bishop is also pinned. We have a knight to c6 played for black. We have knight picking up on d5, and right now there is a threat here that if white picks up this knight, there will no longer be defender of this h7 square, which will lead to a checkmate, and that is the reason Karpov played g6 to block this threat. We have queen to d2, a really decent move again. His idea is simple: you will protect this knight, and if trade happens, you can safely pick up with your bishop here. Our game continued with knight picking up on d5, and right now bishop takes on d5 was played for Viktor Korchnoi. And in this position, recommended move for black was to actually play bishop picks up on g5, and after queen takes on g5 to play a rook to b8, and of course leave for white to take up this queen. But this didn't happen in the game. After bishop takes on d5, rook b8 was played for black, which is a blunder in the opening. And now it's good time to pause the video and feel free to let me know your answer in the comments and try to find the best tactical solution here for white. Can you spot the weakness here in black's position? And of course, while you are there, you can also like the video, hit the subscribe button if you enjoy my videos. As you all know, I'm trying to make this channel a primary source of my income, and your comments and engagement really help with the YouTube algorithm, guys. Thank you so much. I couldn't do it without your help. So if you found the amazing knight picks up on h7, congratulations, this is the right move. Game continued with rook to e8. Now you're probably wondering why you simply cannot pick up this knight. Well, because there is a forced checkmate session. You will see right now. After king takes on h7, queen h6 is the first move. Unfortunately, king has to go on g8, which allows this amazing attack with queen takes on g6 check. You cannot pick up because your pawn is pinned with this white squared bishop. After king goes on h8, you continue with queen h5 check. And after king goes on g8, you now continue with bishop to e4, putting this bishop and threatening h7 checkmate. The only defense from this checkmate is to play f5, but then this bishop moves again on d5, gives check. And right now you have to pretty much the only move here, because queen h7 is what follows. If you go king g7, queen h7 is queen h6 is the checkmate. So after bishop d5, you have to play rook to f7 to block this threat. And after queen takes on f7 check, king goes on h8, queen h5 check, and right now the only remaining square is king g7, and queen h6 is the checkmate. So unfortunately Anatoly Karpov missed this, and after knight takes on h7, rook e8 was played for him. Queen h6, Karpov continues his attack, of course, threatening all sorts of discovered attacks and checkmate attacks, pressuring this king. We have a knight to e5 right now with the idea to protect this square here, because this pin is really dangerous. Again, this is the main threat of white in this position. And right now Korchnoi plays a knight to g5, threatening checkmate on h7. We have bishop takes on g5, and after bishop takes on g5, unfortunately for Anatoly Karpov, he cannot play queen to c7 because bishop f6 is what follows, and you cannot stop the checkmate. You can only sacrifice a few pieces, and that's it. There is no way of stopping this checkmate. And right now, believe it or not, Anatoly Karpov was forced to give up his queen for this piece. And after queen takes on g5, bishop takes on d5. A tricky move right now, because if you decided to pick up this bishop, this would be a huge blunder and you would lose the game. So you always have to be careful, even if you have a lot of material on the board, because knight f3 and you simply lose the queen and goodbye. Now black has one piece of advantage and you will lose the game. So you have to be careful, you have to think until the end. And of course after bishop d5, Korchnoi simply castles, and after bishop takes on c4, after f4, Anatoly Karpov decided to resign the game, because he calculated that 2 pieces for a queen is not enough compensation, playing especially against Viktor Korchnoi and playing at the top level here for the future world championship. There is no way that you can draw this game, and that is the reason. Anatoly Karpov, and believe it or not, this is how this game ended, in only 19 moves. And yeah guys, this was all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, as always, please make sure to leave a comment, like and share. As I already mentioned, this really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I couldn't do it without you, so your help is much appreciated. Do let me know if you found this move, and of course, if you have some questions about the position. Do you enjoy my analysis? Do you like watching Anatoly Karpov games? Karpov, of course, is one of the old school players, former world chess champion, but he really had an amazing games and truly an amazing battles with Korchnoi and also with Kasparov as well. So, and of course, if you have any other questions, if you can recommend me any games you would like to be put on the channel, do let me share them, please, in the comments. I will gladly check them out. And yeah, this was all guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see each other in the next video. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.